Thank you so much, Jen, for that gossip update. Now, our Expresso pet doctor is in the house this morning giving us advice to make sure that our pets are in top condition and living a healthy, happy life. Now, a condition that you don't want your pets to get is worms. And Dr. Roy Aronson is here to talk about the importance of deworming your pet regularly. Good morning, Dr. Aronson. How are you?
Thank you, Ewan. Good to be back. And I brought you some horror shows to look at. Yeah.
This scares me already. All right, so we are talking about worms. What do we have here?
Well, these are little plastic or plaster models of some worm heads. Obviously, these are much bigger than they are in your tummy or in the dog's tummy, but they're like a little shop of horrors. I mean, this is
Pretty
like a cobra. Yeah, this looks like a fugitive from E.T.
Yeah.
Pretty grim.
Bob, you don't want to get those, all right? You must be healthy. You must be healthy. Sweet. Okay, so what causes pets to get worms in the first place, and how does it affect them?
Well, Ewan, the interesting thing is that they can get affected when they're still, before they're born.
Really?
The worm larvae can migrate into the puppy before it's born. And then if that's not bad enough, once it's born, worm larvae can actually come via the milk into the puppy. So you really need to get stuck into deworming as soon as possible. That's dogs and cats. And within 2 or 3 weeks of being born, there's special syrups that we can give them. And you really can't deworm them enough in the first few months of their lives. Once they're adults, maybe 3 or 4 times a year is a good thing.
Okay.
But certainly as puppies and kittens, I recommend to my clients that they deworm their pets every month for the first 6 months of their lives.
Really? Every month?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, how can you tell that a dog has worms? Because, I mean, it's not something you can literally see.
Unless you've really taken care to deworm the female before she has her puppies and the queen kitten before she has her kittens, you can just absolutely rely on the fact that the dogs have worms.
Yeah.
So just do it. The vet will do it, or if you haven't got access to a vet, there are lots of different places that you can buy deworming remedies.
Okay.
You can go to the vet shops, you can go to a supermarket, you can go to pet shops, you can go to pharmacies, buy the deworming agent over the counter. Make sure that you buy the right product for the right animal. Don't buy a large dog dewormer for your puppy. Don't buy an adult cat dewormer for your kitten. Make sure it's dose appropriate, age appropriate.
Yeah.
But buy the stuff over the counter and deworm your pets.
Okay, and I know Cipla has got a great deworming medication.
They do a product called Triworm, which works very well as well.
All right. Is there anything you can do to prevent your dogs from getting worms?
I think regular deworming is probably the only thing. There is an interesting question that you've asked. There is a worm called Dipallidium caninum. It's the dog and cat tapeworm.
Yeah.
This is, if people come when their dogs are adults, they usually come to us and say, my animal's got worms. They've seen this little thing. It looks like a rice grain or a cucumber seed. And that's a worm that is transmitted by fleas. So if your dog or cat has these little tapeworm segments, it has de facto had a flea. Wow. And it swallowed that flea. The flea is infected with the worm. Yeah. So if you deflea your animals, you're also going to help to prevent the infection.
That's very interesting. Lastly, a very interesting question. If your pet tends to or have worms in the first place, can it affect you as an owner in any way?
The answer is absolutely. Now, we always encourage people to pick up the poo when their dogs or when their dog messes for a number of reasons. Obviously, aesthetically, you don't want to walk in it.
No, that's the thing. Not just to not step in it.
But very importantly, that feces may have worm eggs or worm larvae in it. And those eggs or larvae migrate into the soil or into grass. We come with our bare feet on the beach or on grass. You walk on it, and you may actually get infected with worm larvae, and they migrate in your skin. Ooh. That's one thing it's called cutaneous larval migrans. The worm larvae can actually migrate in your eye, which is a real problem.
Your eye?
Yeah, that's called ocular larval migrans. And those worm larvae can migrate in your organs in your body. That's called visceral larval migrants. So those are really big problems, and that's why don't only pick up your poo because it's smelly, pick up your poo because it's much more healthy for the environment.
Vicious creatures, man. Vicious. Just as bad as they look over there.
Yes, they are.
All right, no, but Bob, you are healthy. Dr. Roy, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Enjoy this Friday the 13th.
Yes.
No superstitions on your side.
Triskaidekaphobia.
Triskaidekaphobia.
The fear of Friday the 13th.
Triskaidekaphobia. That's insane. I have an add-on. Trigger Triskaidekaphobia. Anyways, all right, guys, there we go. That was your vet news. So keep your pet top and healthy. Make sure that you deworm them often. Right now, kom ons gaan oor na Kia toe en sy het baie interessante nuus oor hoe vetplante nie net voordelig kan wees vir jou tuin nie, maar ook water kan bespaar.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.